Okay, good morning. I was just on previously, but I came back because I wanted to show you all something. Here. Maybe we can open the window. Sorry about the movement. Ooh, a little chilly out there. Vancouver, British Columbia. Okay, well, what I want you to really pay attention to is the skies. Do you see the sky? And do you see the lines? And actually there's a pilot about a quarter way coming from the left, finishing up this little grid that they're making. Oh, I can see it plain as day. Yep. Canada. That's right. Canada. Vancouver, British Columbia, to be specific. I covered my face up with makeup as best I could because I really know I look horrifying at times. And I don't want to do that to you people anymore. It's bad enough I have to look at myself. And I'm sorry about the mess. I have a small room, and a dresser drawer is where or my desk is I put everything on top of my desk, and it just accumulates and becomes a bit of a mess. So sorry about that. But anyway, what I'm going to do, so you don't have to look at that, or that, is I'm going to put you right there. Oof, I hate mess, but I just have no room. Okay, so I'm going to make my bed, and I'm going to talk about my trip to Toronto and trying to get help for this. And wow, that opened my eyes. It sure did, because I came to the frightening conclusion that this shit runs across Canada. I mean, it's in the east now, I know, and it's in the west. This attitude, this conduct, this it's like a natural ability with these people to adopt to these new world changes that are only benefiting them, not the working folk. For all your complaining doctors, you're doing pretty damn good compared to a lot of people. Now, I'm going to make my bed, and I'm going to tell you about my trip to Toronto and how interesting it all was. So, I'm going to make my bed. So, actually, maybe I'll bring you over here. Probably better. You can hear me better from there. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so, as you know, I had no ID. So I had to make special arrangements to get to Toronto. That was another story. I've got a story about Air Canada too. What a joke that was. Anyway, I get to Toronto. My sister lives on beach, or on the beaches, I think it's called in Toronto, which is kind of like not downtown, but it's a nice area, kind of yoga, a la natural kind of. Yeah, it's a nice vibe. Probably comparable to Kitsilano in Vancouver. Kind of that vibration, if you are familiar with Vancouver. One moment. So, I forget the doctor, and I probably would be better not to be mentioning his name at this point. Anyway, he had a practice, like I mentioned, in an area where professionals live. Yeah. And I go and speak with him and told him that I've been wrongly misdiagnosed and that I had a parasite in me and that I needed help. So he sends me to, and know this, I am not familiar at all with Toronto. That was my first time. Out of desperation. My sister lives there. She's in her third year of law. She works for the Crown Prosecutor in Toronto, and that was my opportunity. So, because I stayed with her and I had her support and stuff. Shout out to my sister Shauna. A blessing in my life. So, excuse me. So, he sends me to Scarborough, to a doctor, and I'm going to say her name, Islam. Yeah. What a nightmare. What a waste of my time. What a waste of money. The extra anxiety that I caused myself through the way I was treated at Air Canada, or at the airport. It was such a bad experience that I ended up leaving my laptop in the security area, when you put it in the little trays and they check it. And I was just kind of so mind boggled that because they had made me take my belt off and all my jewelry, and I should have thought of all of this, right? But it was very cold and very I don't know. I found it very militant, to tell you the truth, very militant. Anyway, so here I am in her office, complained about the ear problems and the problems that I feel in the back of my head, and same scars I went down there with. So anyway, I swear on my life, I think I was there a total of 4 hours, but I came in, and granted that there was doctors that already had set appointments with people, but when I came in there, that room was full, and I'm not going to mince words here. There might have been, including myself, 3 Caucasians, and that room was packed. Big room. I ended up being last man standing, and I actually had to go up to the counter again and ask, what's going on here? Why am I being made to wait so long? So within that time, I think I'd been there about 3 hours at that point. So by that point, the Dr. Islam sees me, and I explained to her everything. No blood drawn, no requisitions for a stool test, no CT scan, MRI, no concern, none. She looked at me and she said, "You have impetigo." I said, "No, doctor. No, that's not correct. I do not have impetigo. I have something else, and I've tried to explain it to you, and you're not getting it, apparently." And, it went back and forth. I was very conscious about how I responded, what I said. Got a little heated. And then what did she say to me? She leaned into me, no word of a lie, and she said, "I have the last word. I say it's impetigo." So, I know it's not impetigo, and I wasn't going to do another round of their poisonous antibiotics. So I left there, and as soon as I walk out the door and I see some of the misery in Scarborough, on the streets. It's not like everyone's happy there. It's not like there aren't people that are suffering a bit there. It seems to be a bit of a varied, populated place of working man, fiscal, and kind of businesses. I don't know, but I walked out of there and I almost fell to my knees and cried. I did cry, I just didn't fall to my knees, even though I felt like it. Sorry, my head's just a little bit tender right now. Yeah. But in going back to the first doctor on the beaches, it was quite something how much he talked about how his family was from Vancouver and how he originally lived in Vancouver and how he had just been to Vancouver visiting and how great Vancouver was. Yeah. I got all of that in my appointment with him. All of that. And he was nice. Yeah, very nice, very cordial. He liked to talk. He talked a lot about himself. He sure did. And here I had a glimmer of hope. Okay, sending me to Dr. Islam in Scarborough. Which, by the way, I was taking public transportation because I don't have a license at this time. And got lost at one point, went the opposite direction, and then, all the time spent getting there, the wait, the long wait, all these other people coming and going, even people that were just like they're on a walk-in were coming and going before me. I don't know why, but it got to be too much of a wait, and like I said, I approached them, and then shortly thereafter I was received by Dr. Islam. But that's exactly what she said to me, that she had the final word, looked me in the face like, take it or leave it, and your visit's done. So instead of just complaining about this and griping and whining on every video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back and I'm going to tell you about my experiences, okay, what I've gone through. And I'm even going to go so far as to bring documented, as in recorded, sessions or scenarios from ER hospitals throughout Vancouver, British Columbia. I certainly am. It's not going to be visual videos, it's all audio, because like I have mentioned a few times already, I took pre-measures consciously to protect myself, okay, and God knows if I didn't have the way a nurse at a VGH spoke to me, you know who you are, I'm coming for you, girl, because I tell you, you're pompous, you're arrogant, and you're a nurse, not a doctor. And don't forget, you had me escorted out when I was asking for something that should have been granted to me. And you were very, very vocal about why you were rejecting my request. Yes. Yeah. I'm going to talk about my visit and my encounter with her. And yeah, you'll hear for yourselves her condescending first approach. You'll hear it with your own ears, folks. I know discrimination. I know it well. I've been on the receiving end of it for a very friggin' long time. And it's gonna stop. Like I said, me mentally ill or with mental health issues, psychosis? Nah. Seems to me what I'm witnessing here is pretty friggin' strange, wouldn't you say? How many doctors are responding to me the same way? How many nurses are having me, feel like I'm not right in my mind? And it's constant. It's a constant barrage. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I mean, how hard is it? MRI? Maybe see a neurologist or an ophthalmologist. How about a sinus surgeon? How about that? How about that? I mean, is that hard? How about some anti-parasite medicine? It's not that difficult. I understand with the tapeworm, it takes albendazole, praquintal, and then there's an antibiotic. It's 3 things. And they refuse to give it to me. Okay. I will be back at you. I'm trying to post on this channel. I want to post a song called Gaslighting that my drummer and I, shout out to you, Dave, put together. And shout out to his brother Chris. He was doing the guitar playing on it. Pretty good. But it's such an inspiring song, and it really does kind of bring to one way of expressing myself about all of this, and I think it just hits it on the nail. Yeah. Anyway, say your prayers. I know I say it every time. It brings me joy, though. It makes me feel like there's hope, like I have a chance. I hear his voice telling me, Leslie, keep going. Don't throw in the towel, Leslie. This is your assignment. This is your mission. Have a good day.